Hello everybody. I wanted to give a quick lesson today on how to split the Yamaha keyboard, in this case the Motif XF series, into more than four parts. As you know, in performance mode we can only get four parts, and sometimes you want to go more. So there is a mode where we can split it up to 16 times, and that's pretty powerful stuff. So let's get right to it. Okay, so this screen here is the voice mode. Let's go to song mode. So hit your song button, brings you into song mode, it brings up a sequencer. The first thing we want to do is go to mixing mode. So you want to hit your mixing button and start adding voices to each track. It's a great idea to list the voices you want to use, whether it's 5, 6, 8 of them, whatever, with the user bank and the number of the voice. So in this case, my first voice is going to be user 1038. So let's go to user 1038. Scroll there, you toggle down to the number. Let's go to 038. Let's see if it works. Yep. Yeah, that voice bank has 2 samples on it, but that's a whole nother lesson. Okay, so what we want to do now is hit the edit button so we can set the note limits. So we're toggle down to the note limits. You can scroll, or in my case I like to use the KBD button. So hold that button down. In this case, C1, toggle over. The high limit's going to be D1. And here we go. It shows it right there. Those 2 notes are the active notes on that track. Okay, so we're all set there. So hit the exit button to get out of that. Back to the mixer. Toggle over to track 2. And let's add a voice to that. We're going to add I want to add a clavichord. So it's, in my case, user 3081. So let's toggle up to here and go to user 3 and 081 and then set the note limits. There it is. Yep, the clavi's working. I want to set the note limit, so hit the edit button. The note limits are already right here. So let's go, and this is going to be E1 to G2 in my case. So here we go, E1 and G2. Oh, I forgot to scroll it. Let's do this again, E1. And scroll it over, and G2. There we go. All right, there's the notes. Very important, we have to scroll back up on every voice we do, back over to the receive channel and change that to 1. So if you have, when you have multi-parts on this method, all your voices want to be set to receive channel 1, so they'll all play at the same time when you hit them. Okay, so let's get out of this. So we want to hit exit and get back to the mixer. Go over to track 3, and let's add a Rhodes piano. In my case, it's going to be user 1, voice 60. So user 1, where are we? User 1 and voice 60. Let's see if that's working. That sounds good. Let's set the note limit. Let's go to edit. Okay, and while we're up here on receive channel, set that to receive channel 1. You want to turn the dial back to get 1, and then scroll down to the note limit, just like in performances. In my case, it's going to be G2 to G3, so there is a little overlap from the last voice, but that's okay in this case. Okay, so KBD G2, toggle over to G3. There we go. There's our Rhodes piano. Now, what's cool about this is like on track 2, I have a clavichord. I could put the clavichord on track 3 again with the same note limits, and in the edit mode, I could set it like an octave lower and then mix them, so I have a little bit of low-end clavy and a little high-end clavy. It's pretty cool, and you can do this again in edit, just like in performance, where the note shift is right here. In any case, that's 3 tracks, so let's get out of here. Okay, and let's get out of here. Now we're looking at the sequencer screen again, and you can see where track 2 and track 3 are blacked out, we have to scroll up to track 1, or actually not scroll up to track 1. You have to hit the track buttons on the right side of the keyboard. There's 1 through 16. Those represent the tracks in this mode. So you want to hit button 1 to bring it back up to track 1. Now, it's important to have it on track 1 when you save this, because when you call this song back up, this is song 23 in this case, it'll start with the track 1 activated. And when track 1's activated, all your voices will sound. If track 2's activated, the only voice that's going to sound, I believe, is track 2. But in any case, make sure track 1 is the one that you save the file with it on. So when you call it up, they'll all sound. Okay, so another thing I wanted to show you is you can also set the outputs for these tracks. If you go back into mixing mode, so hit the mixing button, hit the edit mode, and okay, so the F1 button is voice, and the F2 button is output. Oh, I'm sorry, SF2 is output. And that just happens to be highlighted right there because I was setting some outputs before. But there's where you set the outputs for every track. Right now, my track 1 button is lit. If I go to track 2, you can see up here, part 1, part 2, it's same thing, track 1, track 2, track 3, track 4, so on and so forth. You can set the outputs right there. I've had instances where I wanted to set that to assignable output left, so on and so forth, and it works really well. Okay, so let's get out of here. Let's go to track, we're already on track 1. Now you want to save that song, so get out of there. Then you want to hit store, mix sequence, and mix that to song 23. Yes, hit enter, hit yes. There we go. All right, now you saved song 23 is a multi-split. I've only done 3, but you can keep going with it. Up to 16 times if you have enough keys. Now I play live a lot, and I use master mode to get into this. That's a whole other thing, but with the one hit of a button or two, it'll call that right up for you and ready to go. So I hope you learned something. I hope it'll save you a lot of time and frustration. Any questions? Shoot me a question on YouTube, and I'll see if I can answer it. Hey, good luck, everybody. Bye bye.